Hello and welcome to another update video on Bitcoin. So yeah, I'm looking forward to the week. It's going to be a great week, as it seems. The week is already starting in great ways, okay? Not for short sellers, but hopefully nobody is selling Bitcoin on the short side here, at least not from the community, because there is no short setup, yeah? There is no short setup. There is no 5-wave move down followed by a 3-wave move up, because this would be a valid Elliott Wave short setup. Haven't got it. The trend remains up. So we are still, we go with just simply the basics of Elliott Wave, the basics of market structure. It might sometimes sound complicated. And yeah, in the detail it can be, using Elliott Wave and identifying those structures and everything. But honestly, it is simple market analysis, and the application of the guidelines and rules, and just the looking for 5-wave patterns, and we've had so many of them. We've had so many 5-wave movements to the upside recently, yeah, and people are still selling this short. Yeah, one famous example on X, though, you know that probably, but yeah. So what we have on the chart here is a 5-wave move up from the April low, which I'm labeling as wave A, and a 3-wave pullback, which was our B wave. So someone asked me yesterday, when do we get another healthy pullback? And my answer was, look, we just had one, and everybody wanted the price to go up again. So we just had one, right? This was a healthy pullback. This lasted, well, a month. So now we allow it to rally. And a lot of altcoins had very, very good, very interesting setups recently. You know that, I mean, I talked about it many times. We had a lot of 1-2 setups from the April lows, the rallies, yeah. Those were quite clear 5-wave movements across the altcoin sector. And then we had quite a lot corrective pullbacks, and most of them held their relevant support levels, yeah. So I already posted a few weeks back. It was, I think in June or May or June. I posted that on X, that we had some of the best. Yeah, this was on the 8th of June. And I encourage you to follow us here on X as well, because you get additional insights. But, this is something I mentioned in videos, posted in our membership updates and much more. But still, it is something I just wanted to make sure everybody understands, because people ask me now about pullbacks. I mean, we just come from a spot where we had a lot of pullbacks, right? We had a lot of pullbacks landed in support areas. So the message was, over the last few weeks, we've seen some of the most promising altcoin setups in months, maybe even the past year. And that's not now, that's what I already mentioned a month ago. And then we were just consolidating until a couple of weeks ago, where prices started to move. So prices have pulled back into communicated support zones, and we're now starting to see the first reactions. Some even show early signs of structured strength. So that was a month ago. It's still too early to confirm a larger altcoin rally, but if it's starting, it likely begins here. Those waiting for confirmation often wait until it's over. Yeah, I'm watching hundreds of charts each week, and many align. And exactly that is what we see right now, not only on the Bitcoin chart, but in the altcoin sector specifically, right? But Bitcoin, yeah, I mean, Bitcoin has shown something else, very similar to that, right? And again, when did I post that? On the 8th of June. So this was here in the mid to late stages of this correction. Obviously, Bitcoin also held its support. That was important. Yeah, the message was we had 5 waves up from the April low, not only on the Bitcoin chart, but across the altcoin sector. So asking now, when do we get the next pullback, is a bit tricky, because we are now in a third wave to the upside internally, yeah? Wave 3 of C, and these can extend quite a bit. And it's not so much about asking when a pullback occurs, but if one occurs, what is support, and so that I'm prepared to act on it. Okay, now we are in rally mode, and so this is all okay. Bitcoin is taking us to 130K. I mentioned in yesterday's video, if you didn't watch it, I encourage you to do so. The last one, I mentioned also why the 149K level is important. Okay, mentioned that late yesterday. But yeah, we are on our way higher here, and I don't see any change in structure. No, Bitcoin has rallied overnight to a new all-time high, and the shorter time frame suggested that. If you watched the last video, I shared with you that we want to see a more healthy move to the upside. I explained that possibly this internal wave 4, and this is now the 15-minute chart, this internal wave 4 possibly bottomed. Yeah. We were tracking here move up, and I said, look, we were just consolidating in the last video below the 123.6 extension, but the message was, that's a bit weak for that next move up. So we'd like to get it to the next fib levels, possibly into this area here, 121 to 124K. That's exactly where we are now. And so now, fresh day, fresh week, we're looking at the chart again and we say, okay, this could now be a healthy wave 5. So I'm talking about wave 5 of 3. Could be done, of course. But looking at the nanostructure, I think it might get another high. Or let's rather say it might get another high as long as we hold above 120,738. This would be for an internal wave 4 pullback in wave 5 of 3. So if we break below that level, it is a first indication that actually circle wave 4, the larger wave 4 pullback, has already started. And I've already added support for that. And this means key support, which was yesterday at 113K, is now at 115K. This is important to know because technically speaking, now with that push higher, the price is still validating our wave structure, still validating our chart. And as long as we're holding above 115K, we can just go with that structure. We now have to allow the chart to enter that fourth wave pullback. Remember, I mentioned yesterday as well that if this interpretation is correct, then we should soon start, possibly not now, but very, very soon, we should soon start to enter the choppy phase, the messy phase, the chaos phase. Why? Because, look, this next move could be a fourth wave. They're costing you your soul, honestly. And then you get a fifth wave, which might be an ending diagonal, which might be weak, and another fourth wave. And another fifth wave, and there might be fake outs here in between, yeah? So it's going to enter the messy phase now that we've had the third wave play out, circle wave 3. So now it's going to be entering wave 4 and 5 of a larger third, and then another larger fourth. So it's going to be the messy phase. Just something I want to prepare everybody about. But I don't see it yet. It hasn't started yet, but maybe with the next pullback it's starting. So this is what we're looking for. So again, someone asked me, when do we get the next pullback? Well, there is one now, but there will always be pullbacks on the smaller time frames. There was one over the weekend. It was weak, but it was expected to be an internal wave 4. So, I mean, I'm pleased it's playing out. So getting closer to my 130K target. And we don't want to stand in the way of that rally. There's no need to. So yeah, I hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment, and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then please check out the channel membership. Also, I invite you to join us on X for additional updates. Additional coins are analyzed there. You even get additional video updates that we don't cover on YouTube. Other additional stuff, yeah, just building the community there as well. Lots of discussions. You can ask questions. I'll be there today after this video. So check it out. Thanks so much. Bye-bye.